let's get ready for this. Get ready for the lamb basting here. Sir, I'm glad you got the memo on jeans and a sport coat today. I appreciate that very much. All right, this is the proclamation recognizing the retirement of Adrienne Y. McMillian. I move this proclamation. Whereas the Board of El Paso County Commissioners regretfully acknowledges the retirement of Adrienne Y. McMillian, who has faithfully served El Paso County in the Department of Human Services for 21 years. And whereas Mrs. McMillian began her El Paso County career in 1997 as an income maintenance technician and was swiftly promoted to supervisor in 1998, subsequently supervising several areas, including food assistance, family services, child care assistance program, and adult programs. And whereas most recently, as a Colorado Works case management supervisor and led efforts to significantly improve outcomes for program participants. And whereas Mrs. McMillian was instrumental in helping others achieve excellence as a trainer, including becoming a Colorado Benefits Management System super user in 2004 for the support and rollout of the new system and establishing the Training Academy for Colorado Works, Food Assistant, and Medicaid in 2009, which earned her National Association of Counties honors for innovation and training, as well as supervising for a time the Caseworker Training Academy. And whereas Mrs. McMillian's accomplishments include leading the intake team to the top ranking in the state for timeless, as well as repeated high results for the completing redetermination, reassessment, and recertification work. And whereas she has made a lasting impact in El Paso County and elsewhere by sharing her expertise to peers in locations including Colorado, New Mexico, and Texas, and helping to jumpstart a number of projects, including the grandparent picnic and the communication team. And whereas Mrs. McMillian's dedication and skills have been officially recognized with the awards, including the 2017 State Excellence Award from Colorado Works for Excellence in Case Management and the DHS Professional Best Award 15 times in her career. And now, therefore, the Board of County Commissioners of El Paso County, Colorado hereby proclaims its gratitude and commends Mrs. McMillian for her 21 years of faithful service to El Paso County. It's done this 28th day of June 2018 in Colorado Springs, Colorado, signed by the Board of County Commissioners, Darrell Glenn, President, Mark Waller, President Pro Tem, Stan Vanderwerf, Lojinos Gonzalez Jr., and Peggy Littleton, members, and it's attested to by our clerk and recorder, Chuck Browerman.
Second.
Fantastic.
All right.
Okay. The floor is yours, or if there's anybody that wants to make some comments, this would be an appropriate time to do that.
Good morning, Commissioners. Cheryl Schnell, Department of Human Services, and I just want to congratulate Adrienne on her years of service. And, you know, I'm so proud of her and so happy for her that she's going through this retirement and going to be retiring and having lots of fun, I hope. One of the things about Adrienne is when you read the proclamation, you saw that she's been in so many different areas, and that's because she's one of those people that you always want to have on your team. She's the person that you can tap on the shoulder and say, we need you here. And she goes with enthusiasm and a smile and does a great job. And so we're really proud of that. The other thing that I think you might hear from her staff is Adrienne is one of those supervisors that staff love to go to her office because she always makes this warm, inviting kind of space with food, teapots, coffee, all of those kinds of things. And so she is the one in the place where everyone wants to go, and it just says a lot about who she is. She cares about staff, she cares about our community, and she cares about families. So thank you, Adrienne.
I'd like to thank the Board of Commissioners for honoring my wife with this proclamation. I served 21 years in the military and the Air Force, And this is my most valuable player. I could not have done it without her. But I think the reason she can do what she does is because of her love of God and her faithfulness to her community and to the church. And she works, my pastor's here, she works hard in the church, but I think it's that foundation of faith that she can do all this. I mean, there's been many days that she hasn't, really been home. She's been working and stuff like that. But like I say, if you had to pick a most valuable player for this county of El Paso, it would be Adrienne. And it's because of who she is and her faith. And I keep going to that because that's the only thing that I could think of is that God has invested in her and shown her abilities, her talents, and her purpose. Her purpose is to help people. So thank you so much for honoring her today.
That's awesome.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jasenia Torres, Adult and Family Services Manager. Like, how do you follow that? How beautiful. You have me in tears. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I've had the pleasure and honor of working for and with Miss Adrienne for the last close to 3 years now. And a long, long time ago, when I started at the department, you've been there longer than me, obviously, we were sitting in on an interviewing team, and you mentioned to me that when you were a little girl with your sister, that you guys had a book, a composition black and white notebook of ideas and inventions for your future. And so we just wanted to honor you with an ideas and inventions book of retirement. There is lots of fun stuff in here for you to do, ideas and inventions. Maybe they might play into that master plan, I don't know. So I present this to you and some beautiful flowers, and I thank you for your years of service. And on behalf of all the citizens that you've served in all of your years here throughout the agency, the county, the city, and the state, I thank you for your service. So you will be missed. Thank you. All of them are hard to follow up on. Good morning, President Glenn, Commissioners. I'm Jane Gravel. I'm one of the Economic Assistance Managers for El Paso County. And first and foremost, I want to thank Adrienne. Most of my success and advancement with El Paso County is due in part to Adrienne McMillian. When I first joined the county, I came into the staff development as their training specialist. And I came from an area, Adrienne was the supervisor at that time. I came in from the private sector, not knowing a whole lot about public assistance or the policies, the federal policies, the system that I would be training on. And I owe a big deal of it to Adrienne. She helped me through that. We were in the training academy together for 2 or 3 years. And as I advanced on to a supervisor, if I ever needed to have a policy question clarified, or I just was stuck in something, or I needed to go over a difficult case, I knew I could locate Adrienne, and Adrienne would help me. I'd get the correct answers, and still as a manager, I do that a lot. So she will be deeply missed. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Erica Skolasinski with Goodwill, and all of the wonderful leadership stuff that they said, Adrienne. But I do want to point out something very similar that your husband said. It's very often that it's hard to sometimes cross your faith and business to make sure that, you're walking the status quo. And I think that the thing that I've most appreciated about you is your faith, and that your calling to help people and help families and loving those children has been witnessed by you, and I think I've always seen it. And so that integrity behind that, you've done a really great job at handling the business, but also allowing your heart to shine and your faith to shine. So I just wanted to thank you for that. Thank you for being a partner. I've appreciated, your wit, because you're awesome at that, but also just your poise. So thank you. Appreciate it.
Wow, that's amazing. First, giving honor to God and to the distinguished Board of County Commissioners. I'd like to thank you for the proclamation. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to work in El Paso County for 21 years. Although it's just been 21 years here, being a military wife, we have the opportunity of working in different states, and I have done 38 years in the Department of Human Services, and it's been awesome. It's a great job to have. I'd really like to thank the affirmations from my friends, my colleagues, my peers, and my family. I felt it in my core, and it resonated in my spirit. And I'd just like to say thank you, and for them to continue to do the work that they do. It may be one family at a time, but that family at that time is very grateful. Thank you, and have a good day.
Don't go too far. Yes. Okay. Bring it up here. Commissioner Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to thank you for everything. It's always heartwarming for me when I see people talk about the faith that somebody has and God into their family and the dedication and love that you have for each other and for the staff that you work with. Seeing that support and love that they have for you too is just amazing. And so congratulations again, and thank you for all the hard work that you've given to everybody.
Thank you very much.
Commissioner Vanderwood.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Wow. The proclamation says 21 years, but I am so glad you mentioned that it's really 38 years. I want to thank you for your service to the citizens of El Paso County, but I also want to thank you for your faith. And God bless you on that. It's obvious that God had a mission for you.
Amen.
He had a calling. Mm-hmm. And you're going to retire here now, but I have a suspicion you still have that calling. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be other things you're going to do. It might be with your church, might be with a local nonprofit, or maybe with some friends and start something else really cool that helps people. But I look forward to hearing about that. And again, thank you so much for helping the citizens of El Paso County.
Thank you, much appreciated.
Commissioner Littleton.
Thank you. Adrienne, thank you so much for your service to El Paso County and to all of the other locations where you've served. It's evident that, you have embraced that every day we're to be light and salt in a very dark world. And I don't think that it's just here. I think you're going to get to move on, and you've got lots of ideas in your book that has bling. None of the guys up here noticed, but I noticed the book has bling. So, you're just going to continue to serve the Lord every single day and to share that message, because that's why we're here. Thank you for your service to El Paso County.
Thank you.
Commissioner Waller.
Thank you. Well, first, hopefully the book doesn't say anything about taking a party bus around town to bars, but
You can ministry on a party bus.
I'm just saying,
Me and Peggy hit those later.
It always amazes me when we do retirements, especially out of human services. I'm a big fan of that show on the Discovery Channel, The Deadliest Catch. It talks about shrimp boat captains and catching. That's like one of the deadliest jobs in America. I always think about these human services workers, and I get to work on the Child Welfare Allocation Committee in the state, and so I get to have a lot of interaction there. But it seems to me that maybe being a shrimp boat captain's a deadly job, but I think being a human services worker has to be absolutely one of the most stressful jobs in America, without a doubt, because you are truly, you said it yourself, you're dealing with that one family at a time, and maybe you're making a difference one family at a time, but for them, at that time, it is their world that is in upheaval, and you are the voice of reason in probably the most unreasonable circumstance they are ever going to have in their lives. And to do that in El Paso County for 21 years is just absolutely amazing to me, that somebody can do that stressful of a job for 21 years. Not only do that stressful a job for 21 years, or 38 years, even in your circumstance, but to do it and still love it at the end, I think is a true testament to who you are. But more than that, I think it's a testament to that faith as well. And that it seems to me that you couldn't do this job and you couldn't do it well without that faith in God. Absolutely. And without that support. and calling from, the hire being that way. And I'm sure over the years, you've probably had a tremendous amount of support and help from your, in addition to your biological family, to your church family as well. Yeah. So thank you for all of the service that you've given to El Paso County and other areas, but thanks to your family and to your church family as well.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't even think I can top that between the party bus and the shrimp boat and all the other things. I was like, I was wondering where we were going. I'm glad you tied it all in. It worked.
Hey.
I am impressed.
Hey, you could do ministry on party bus. I mean, it doesn't mean you have to party, but you go with people who are obviously in need of like having a good word. So
Clearly, we have our priorities straight here today.
Maybe that's what you'll do in retirement is run a ministry party bus, I think.
There you go. There you go, Pastor.
Tourism, right?
Well, I just want to thank you. Absolutely echo what my colleagues have said. Thank you so much for, you. I can just look at you, a powerful couple for the kingdom. I want to thank you for your service and dedication, love of the Lord. So thank you so much. Really appreciate your hard work and dedication. So let's approve this so we can get a picture before we go out on the party bus catching shrimp.
It can happen that way.
Okay.
I'm telling you, just can't have any fun with these guys.
I will call the roll. Commissioner Littleton.
With great appreciation, aye.
Commissioner Gonzalez?
Aye.
Commissioner Vanderwerf?
Aye.
Commissioner Waller?
Aye.
President votes aye. That passes unanimously. We will stand in recess, take a picture. Thank you.